name is Sigrid, and today I'm going to be doing the Booktube Newbie Challenge. I guess before I get started, I want to tell you guys a little bit about myself. This is my first video. Once again, my name is Sigrid. It is a German name. I'm not really sure if that means that I have German heritage or anything of that sort, but it has sparked my interest to learn German, and so I'm kind of sort of learning it right now, but it's very hard. So a little bit about myself is that I am an attorney in the state of Maryland. I graduated from Howard University School of Law, yes, and I just recently graduated this year from Georgetown Law with my Master's of Law in Tax Law, so that's the area of law that I'm going to do. Yes, so as you can see, reading has been pretty much fundamental for about 20 years worth of education. Really kind of stunted my interest in it because like it became more like a chore for me, but I'm recently starting to get back into it. I'm starting to love it, and now I am creating a channel for you guys. Hopefully people will watch it. So just a little bit about me. I'm 29 years old. I am from a very small town in Alabama. After I graduated college, I made the decision on my own to kind of say goodbye to my family and move to a city, the big city that I've never like really knew about, to go to law school. And it was a very tough decision. It was a very hard decision, but I think it made me the woman I am today, and it makes me a lot stronger and tougher and way more independent than I could ever have imagined. So I am currently in the process of waiting for it to start at my firm. Firm is in New York. I'm currently in Maryland, and so I'm waiting to get the go-ahead to kind of move to New York. So I do want to do this challenge because I thought it was very interesting. I feel like it's the milestone for all booktubers is that you do this one. You do this first so that we can get to know you, okay? I'm very quirky. I think that I'm funny. My friends think that I am funny. My brother doesn't think that I'm funny. I literally probably could quit my job and be a comedian if I wanted to. I'm not saying that I would, but I think that I'm funny. Yeah. First, I do want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. I know that there's probably like a million other videos you could be watching right now, and yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so the first question is, why did you start this channel? I think my reason is very generic. I wanted to make friends, and I wanted to talk about books. Right now, I have my best friend. She does not like books. She doesn't like to even listen to me talk about books. Usually when I tell her, so I'm reading this book, I think that she hears the Charlie Brown wonk 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 noise as soon as I say anything about a book. So what I've started doing with her is I start to talk about it like it's a movie, and because I know she's never going to read this book, I just go ahead and I spoil it for her. So I'll be like, this book is about this girl, and this happened, and girl, this happened too. And she would always say the same thing, which makes me feel like she's not listening to me. She'll be like, that's really interesting. They should make a movie about that, because I would watch the movie. She says that about every book that I review to her, although she is always going to be my best friend. I think it's really interesting for me to find someone who will actually talk about books with me and actually have a genuine interest in talking about it and just recommending things that I would like, and you know, a lot of things like that. A lot of people that I know personally that reads, it's usually like books by celebrities or books about money or self-help books. I use reading as a way to escape, a way to, you know, have magical powers, become someone else, like experience this new world that does not exist, fall in love with someone who doesn't exist. Like I want that. That's why I'm starting this channel. I want to meet people like me and create genuine friendships with people who like books. I want to go to events as soon as the world opens back up. I want to go to BookCon. I want to, you know, just experience everything that I have sat around watching BookTube thinking, man, I wish I could do that. I wish that I have people that, you know, would say, hey, I read this book and I thought about you. This seems like something you would like to listen, like to read. So anyways, but yeah, the level of excitement between me and my friends when I talk about books, it's not there. And it makes me feel like I'm very weird for loving books the way that I do, when I know that there are other people out in the universe that loves to read too. But it's just, I haven't found them yet. What is something fun and unique you can bring to YouTube? Well, when I thought about these questions, I thought about diversity, and that was when I first discovered the Booktube Newbie challenge, and I didn't know that there were a lot of black booktubers out there. My first booktube video that I watched was from Emma Books. She will forever be my favorite YouTuber, and like, I just love her so much. Like, you guys just don't know how much I love this girl. Like, I love Emma. Like, Emma in my head is my best friend. Like, I don't care. She's so unique, and her content is so creative. It's so different. Like, I've never seen a booktuber that actually takes us to a pole dancing class, and she danced, and like, it's just amazing. And I love her even more now because growing up black, it's like, you like white people and you like certain people, but it's just like, you deep down in your head, you're like, I wonder if they even care about people like me. But it's like, I know Emma care about people like me, because every single day she's posting things. She's like, she actually, I think she protested, if I'm not mistaken. Like, she is just, yes, I completely stand for Emma, and that's my girl. When it comes to the topic of diversity, Emma was the first booktuber that I met. But I didn't learn about black booktubers until there was an article about how there weren't a lot of black booktubers or something of that sort, and that's when I found the black booktubers that I currently love, and I subscribe, and I just fangirl over, such as Naya Reads and Smile. Love, love, love her. Like, I literally would just sit there and watch all of her videos, because her excitement, her level of positivity just makes me happy. If I'm not feeling well, I'll watch Naya and I'll instantly feel better, because her personality, just like, hello, like, it just makes me happy. It makes me smile. So watching Naya Reads and Smile makes Sigrid watch Naya and smile. Well, I don't think that I bring diversity to youth booktube, because I feel like we already have it. There's so many black booktubers out there that's not my thing. I mean, I'm black, yes, and I do bring diversity, but there was already black people here that we're just not being discovered. So I don't think that that's something unique that I bring. It's just something that I bring. But something unique that I do bring, I believe, is that I do like to read a variety of books. I'm open to almost anything. The only things that I'm a little iffy about is nonfiction, which I will read sometimes, and historical fiction. Like, historical fiction, you guys, and any one of those like old romance with like, there's like a horse on the cover, or like some type of Buddhist, like, I just don't like, okay, I haven't read them. That's the thing. I haven't read those types of books, but it's just like, thinking about reading a book like that just makes me like, oh, it's gonna be boring. Like, it's gonna be like made in 1700s, and like, I'm just not gonna like it. I haven't read it, so maybe that would be something that I could do later down the line. I love like basically a lot of things, so it's not gonna be me posting like a lot of romance books or me posting a lot of thrillers. It's gonna be a really good variety of books that I feel like I read. I also subscribe to a lot of book subscription boxes as well as makeup subscription boxes. So I do think that I will be doing some unboxings. I do book of the month. I do it twice, so I should be getting 2 boxes every month. And also I do Once Upon a Book Club. I'm actually a book club rep for them. If you guys want to use my code, it is BlackElwoods10. I will forever love Once Upon a Book Club, because that was the book club that started me back into reading. So I did say earlier that, you know, kind of being in college and having to read and then all of that stuff, I just didn't want to read for pleasure, because I'm so tired from reading for education. During the summer, I decided to get a Once Upon a Book Club subscription box, and I tried it, and it was amazing. So the way that it works is, instead of coming with just gifts that you just unwrap and just then read the book, you have to read the book and you have to earn the gifts that comes with it. You can't unwrap the gifts until you reach that part of the book. So in the book, it would say open your gift once you get to that page, and the gift is something out of the story. So it brings the story to life. So that's a long way of saying expect to see unboxings, both makeup and book subscriptions. I think something unique about me is that I'm a lawyer. I was a graduate student once. Like, I just recently finished up with my master's, so I know what it feels like to be a broke college student for like after college, if that makes sense. Like, I know what it feels like to want to have this hobby, to want to collect all of these books that you see behind me, but not being able to afford that because you're paying for books, you're paying for like everything. And so something unique that I can bring to this channel is that I am always looking for sales. Like, even now, I'm always looking for deals on books. A lot of my books that I currently have behind me or on my Kindle, I got on sale or at a discount. I do buy some things at regular price as well, but there are a lot of things that I do kind of search for, or I will buy because it's on sale. And so what I could do is I could let you guys know of these sales and probably do like haul videos of like the things that I buy that's on sale. I think that would be unique. But trust me, I will always have you guys' back when it comes to booking on a budget, which should have been my username, but it's not. So that's basically all of the unique things that I bring to Booktube, but there could be more, like, who knows. And I also think that I'm funny, so when you guys watch my videos, you're gonna be like, hey, this girl is kind of funny, let me subscribe to her. But yeah, and I'm also like, you'll see my personality come out once, like, I'm like, because I go from like, hi guys, I'm Sigrid, to like, yes. So it just depends on the day that you get me. What are you most excited for about this channel? I'm excited to see what type of person I will become. Like, I can't wait to be able to recommend videos to you guys, and I can't wait to read comments where people are recommending videos to me. I have read so many books so far just this year alone that has changed me as a person, and I just can't wait to see what this is going to do for me. Like, I just know that it's going to change me as a person. It's going to make me a better person. It's going to make me more empathetic. Like, in the skills that I'm getting, like learning how to edit, learning how to post, learning how to use social media, because although I am 29 years old, I'm a little old. Like, I don't know how to use social media. I didn't have a Twitter until just now. I use Instagram a lot. Instagram is something that I do use, but I do have a Bookstagram account. I actually got that first, and I started posting some things there. So I'll link everything in the description box as well. I'm excited about being a part of a community that has an interest similar to mine or the same interest as me, and being able to just kind of expand on that. Like I said, I want to learn and I want to experience and explore different things. Like earlier I said I don't like historical fiction, but there might be someone in the comments to say, I know you probably don't like that genre, but like, have you tried this book? And then I get that book and I try it, and then I become obsessed with historical fiction. Like, this is the type of community that could happen in, and like, I can't wait. Being able to like talk to you guys and have someone actually listen to me and actually think that what I'm saying is important to me as well. Number 4, why do you love reading? I was homeschooled as a child from the 6th grade to the 12th grade. So that's a very important part of your life, because that's when you're learning social cues, you're learning how to make friends, you're learning how to talk to people, you're learning about boys. I didn't get any of those learning experiences. I had no friends growing up. Like, I mean, that's honest. I had no friends growing up. And to this day, it's been a really long time for me to actually like interact with people and have genuine friendship, being able to do that organically, because like I said, that really made me very weird and just socially awkward. So reading became something that was a way to escape everything. Characters in the book that I read as a kid were my best friends. My best friend growing up was Nancy Drew. Okay, it was Nancy Drew, it was Bess, and it was George. So like, nobody can mess with Nancy with me. Like, Nancy was gonna like bully everybody for me. She'd be like, oh no, you're not gonna mess with Sigrid, because she be coming with us and solving all of these mysteries, and like, but for her, I wouldn't be able to tell you the secret of the old clock. Okay, so number 5, what books or series got you into reading? I was reading before I was homeschooled. We had the acceleration program, so you would read a book and then you would take this little quiz and like earn points, and then with those points you can have like a party or like some type of item. And also we had the bookmobile. Oh my gosh, the bookmobile was this like it was like this little RV looking thing that would come to our school, and it was filled with books. Like it's like like a moving library. It would come to the school, and like they will put like this little basket in the back where you can like return your old books, and then like each person would just get to go on to this like little bookmobile, and they would pick their books and go back to the classroom. And like, oh my god, I miss those things. Oh my god, in the school fair, what is it called? Oh, the book fairs. Oh my god, do you guys miss the book fairs so much? I remember the little piece of paper that we used to get, and I used to like circle everything that I wanted, and I would bring it home to my mom, and I was like, Mom, I want this. Like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, the book fair, I used to get all of the Scooby-Doo books. Like, I loved the Scooby-Doo books. I just remembered that. So I read Nancy Drew, Encyclopedia Brown, because Encyclopedia Brown actually, and Nancy Drew actually started me to love mysteries, which I like to think of as like a soft thriller. I think they're like very similar, because thrillers is just more like suspenseful, where it's like, oh, something could happen, like things pop out at you, or things are just shocking. Mysteries, it's just kind of like, oh, you know that something happened, you're trying to figure out what happened, and sometimes things can be like shocking, but also like you're just trying to figure out who done it. So the most shocking thing in a mystery should be the person who did whatever the mystery is. But I like them both. I also read Fear Street. Oh my god, R.L. Stine. So I don't know if you guys know about Fear Street. A lot of people know Goosebumps, but I was a Fear Street queen. I had all the books. I made my mom buy all the books on eBay because people would sell them in like lots. I actually want to own all of the Fear Street books on my bookshelf, but I haven't done it yet because I'm moving to New York and I don't know how many books that I can take with me. But, and I also want all of the Nancy Drew books, like all the yellow ones. Oh my god, I want all of them, every last one of them. In my teen years, I got into Harry Potter. I think I was a late bloomer for that one. I didn't read it when it was out and you know, had to wait on anything. I read Twilight when it first came out because I remember having to wait for one of the books. When I read Twilight, I didn't eat anything. I went the entire day just reading that book, slowly just like engaged in that world, and I didn't eat not a single thing like the entire day. And I was like, Mom, this is like the perfect thing. Like I could like stay fit and all of this. Like I always thought I was fat my entire life. I always thought I was fat, and now looking back at it, I was super skinny. So I don't know what was wrong with me. The books that got me back into reading last year was Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. It's a thriller, and I think it might have been my first thriller that I read ever, and it was just so good. And I think the reason why I loved it so much was because it was for the Once Upon a Book Club, and they had gifts in it, so I kind of felt like I had to earn those gifts. And once I like opened all of the gifts, it felt like I was in the story, and wow, it was just so good. And then the next one I read from them was Aisha at Last, which is not a book that I would pick up on my own. It's something, I don't think it's not historical fiction, because I told y'all it's not historical fiction, but it's more like a contemporary romance mixed with like it's a different culture. I know it was an arranged marriage kind of book, and it was also a feminist type of book as well, and I really loved that aspect of it. And it was also like romance in it too, but like a love story. So I really liked that, and there was also gifts in that as well. Those two books were like brought to life for me, and but for those two books, I probably wouldn't be here making this video. Like I probably wouldn't have these books behind me either. Like I wouldn't have an interest in reading, because that was the thing that sparked the fire that ignited my love for reading. Okay, poetic. Okay. I'm not a poet, whatever. Anyways, number 6, what questions would you ask your favorite booktuber? My favorite booktuber, I told you guys earlier, Emma Books, and Naya Reads and Smile is also that. I wouldn't ask them like I know that you guys would probably like sit here and be like, well, I have to say that I'm going to ask a question, because it's like the interview process where you have to ask a question if they say, do you have any questions, so that they know that you're interested. No. Okay, I don't have any questions about anything. I want to ask them to go like to hang out. I want to ask them, do you want to go to like drink coffee or something? Because in my head, you're my best friend and I want to make that a reality. So Emma, when can we go to drink coffee in New York and go to a bookstore? Naya, when can we go to a bookstore? Because you guys are my best friends and I need that to be a reality because they're so awesome. Like, come on. All right, 7. What challenge of starting a booktube challenge do you think will be the hardest to overcome? I think the whole me not knowing how to edit, me not knowing how to use social media is going to definitely be something, a challenge. And I'm a very persistent person, and once I want something, and I do want to be on this channel, I want to create this channel, I want to talk to you guys, I want to do this, I'm going to learn it. I'm going to put forth effort to it. So doing that, staying consistent is also something I'm a little afraid of because I know my job will be starting up soon and I want to be able to like know everything that I need to know so that there's no interference when I go from being technically unemployed to working full-time. Number 8, when did you start reading? I told you guys earlier about the bookmobile, the book fair, elementary school, the accelerated reading program, all of that. My mom will claim that I started reading at 2 years old, but I don't have a memory of me reading at 2, so I don't know, but I remember her saying that, but I think I was fairly young when I started reading because I just love it so much, and I can't remember a time where I didn't read. 9, where do you read? So it depends on like the type of book it is. Audiobooks, I like to read basically anywhere. I will like clean up around the house and listen to an audiobook. I will be in the shower, I will be driving somewhere, and I will listen to audiobooks. The only thing is that, you know, I remember I was listening to some book and I was like headed to school or something, and like I had it up really, really loudly, and it was like a sex scene or something. I was like, oh my God, people are gonna be like, oh my God, you're such a little weirdo. That happens. So yeah, so for my audiobooks I do that. I also listen to audiobooks like when I'm too sleepy to actually physically read with my eyes. I'll like listen to it as I like drift off to like sleep or whatever, and that works. All right, so physical books, I read them at work. I currently kind of work as like a concierge, like at an apartment complex. And so I've had this job throughout law school because it's like the perfect job to be able to do schoolwork and still make a decent amount of money. So it's far better than minimum wage. But, and I get to do my schoolwork when it's not busy. So if you're a student and you're like looking for like what job you can do that you can also do your schoolwork at, do become an overnight concierge, which means that you're going to be working from like 11 p.m. to like 7 a.m. but like during those times you can get a lot of work done because people are asleep at that time. You're not even going to be doing anything, you're just going to be studying. I am forever thankful for that job because but for that, like, I wouldn't be able to support myself in law school. And I actually got a lot of studying done, so I wouldn't have made the grades that I made but for me working as a concierge. And number 10, what kind of books do you like to read? So I said this earlier, I'm not that picky. As long as it's not historical fiction, I'm okay. But I like thrillers, I like mysteries, I like contemporaries, I like scary stuff. I like YA, but I've bought a lot of books because of video recommendations, and a lot of them have been YA, and I've loved like some of them. Like, so yeah, definitely love YA. I love fantasy now. At first, when I first started like thinking about these answers, I was just trying out fantasy, but now I am hooked. Like, I love it. Oddly enough, I know I said that I'm not really a nonfiction person. I like biographies and memoirs from people that I know and respect. I like Michelle Obama's book. I like Kevin Hart's book. Was the first audiobook that I actually listened to. It was amazing. If you are a fan of his comedy, that should be your first audiobook because it's like listening to one of his shows without seeing him. Like, but also like he's telling you this story that made him the person that he is today. All of the life lessons that he has learned in his life, and he says it in a funny way. And just know that everything that has ever happened to you in your life has happened to you to make you the person that you are today. And that book actually made me cry. I actually should buy that book because it's so good. I need to reread it, but I actually read that in I read it when it came out. So whatever year it came out, that was a really great book. Kudos to Kevin Hart for making a really amazing book. Gabrielle Union's book. You guys will see it come up later on because in another video, but oh my God, that book was just, it's so good. So I definitely feel like nonfiction, I love to listen and learn about people's lives, but also I want to know the experiences that you've had that has made you a better person. I want to know that stuff. So those are all of the questions for the Booktube Newbie Challenge. I do apologize if this video was so long, but this is my first video, so it might be edited. I am just super happy, and I feel like my true personality has started to come out a little bit more during this video, and I just can't wait to continue to make more content for you guys and to get to know you guys on a personal level and just be able to talk about books and recommend and be recommended to and read, and that is what this community is all about. I cannot wait, and I'm so excited, and yay, my first video is out. Okay. So I don't know how to end this video at the end. So my next video actually should be my vlog for doing a 10-day smoothie cleanse based on this book. It is by J.J. Smith, and I've done it before. I think I made it to day 2. Right now I am on day 2, so it's going to take a while for me to get it out. So I'm not sure if that's going to be my next video, but it is an upcoming video idea. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. If you have made it to the end, I would like for you guys to use the black girl emoji. I want the black girl emoji that goes like this. If you guys made it to this point, please put the black girl emoji that looks like this, because that is so me. I'm always doing stuff like this because I am just super perky and super excited and all the time. But yeah, I don't want this video to end. I just want to talk to you guys forever. Okay, this is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to me. Please rate, comment, subscribe, like, all that jazz. Love it. I can't wait to be friends with you guys and talk with you guys. I look forward to making more videos for you, and if you were to click that red subscription button, you'll be able to see the videos that I post in the future. So